Welcome, fellow adventurers, to the MGM Adventures podcast hosted by Matt.
And Gina.
We are going to talk about why is Six Flags selling off parks to Enchanted Parks in this episode.
We can find out together because I have no clue.
Please make sure to like, follow, and share wherever you're listening or watching this from.
And make sure you send us questions and feedback to mgmadventures@yahoo.com or leave us a question on YouTube or directly on one of our social channels down below.
We are going to talk about why Six Flags is selling parks, what parks they're selling, probably important. So we'll go ahead and dive right in. Since the Six Flags Cedar Fair merger, it's been thought that 40 parks were a lot under one chain.
I thought so.
It was a lot. And recent financial calls show that it's a lot.
Yeah.
So basically, it seemed like some of the parks obviously get a lot of investment. They get a lot of attendance, all that stuff, right? That makes sense. They're going to get the stuff. But there's some parks that did not get as much additions. They got some basic upkeep. They still make money, but they're not like the big ones.
Not enough moolah to keep them.
Yeah, they're making money. They're just not making enough money or don't have enough revenue or attendance to come in. Our second episode ever was on Enchanted Parks. This trademark randomly came out. We did an episode on that. So that was exciting. And finally, the news officially broke.
Dun, dun, dun.
So we knew some of these parks. We didn't know all of these parks would be included in the sale. And those parks are
Six Flags St. Louis, Worlds of Fun, Valley Fair, Michigan's Adventure, Six Flags Great Escape, Six Flags Iran, and Slitterbahn Galveston, which is in Texas.
I'm proud of you for saying that correctly.
You're welcome.
So 6 of these parks will actually have the same operator. LaRonde will not.
Why?
It's going to be under the same main group, but LaRonde's going to have a different operator officially, which is interesting.
That's going to be hard for the operator to operate
LaRonde.
all the parks at the same time.
I mean, that's what Six Flags does. So.
They push the button all at the same time.
They run the park.
You didn't say.
The operator operates the parks anyway.
Not the ride operator. Be specific.
It's the operator of the parks. Okay, the parks were sold for $330 million.
You know what I could do with that?
About $47 million per park. What you could buy at 6 theme parks.
No, thank you.
Which seems a little low. I'm not gonna lie for these parks.
Not for me. I could put that in my bank account.
I think it's pretty low, just to be honest. So there's that. A lot of these are on the smaller parks, or I would call on the smaller side. We've been
to baby parks.
We've been to all of them except the Slitterbahn one that was sold.
Sorry, I'm rereading the list.
So we've been to all of them at points in time.
We have.
They're all on the smaller side. The biggest one is probably Worlds of Fun and Six Flags St. Louis. That's the 2 biggest ones. So there's that. What to expect in 2026?
Absolutely nothing.
Likely not a lot. I'm sure you'll see some minor changes. I expect it mostly to be operated the same. Except there is one difference I know coming to St. Louis, which they kind of announced they're getting a lot of shows, which I think is going to be I expect that to be more of a thing with this chain going forward. Just try
I
to
hope
set
so.
themselves
I like
up.
shows. Existing at Six Flags, all park passport will work at these parks.
Yeah, there's some questions that remained on the add-ons, particularly the dining plan. The way it was announced was not announced great. I've heard since it was announced that they're going to work something out. There was some thing where it offered you like $10.
Woohoo!
Which didn't make any sense.
Give you the cost of the meal.
Which didn't even make sense. So I feel like this is going to get worked out. Probably, I expect all the add-ons to work. What that looks like in 27, no idea.
A new pass that we have to purchase.
Yeah, we'll get there. So the parks will keep all their licenses for 2026. So there'll still be Six Flags. They keep the Warner Brothers license, the Snoopy licenses. So all of that will stay through the end of the year. Then they'll probably have to get their own unique theme, even though they are talking about some things. But anyway, what about 2027?
Six Flags St. Louis is getting renamed to Mid-America by Enchanted Parks. Fun fact, That's what Six Flags St. Louis used to be called.
Six Flags Mid-America, when it opened, was the original name of the park. So I kind of like it going back to that. I don't love the By Enchanted Parks. It just seems kind of lengthy to
Then
me.
don't say it.
Um,
Just say Mid-America.
yeah.
We're going to Mid-America. You don't have to say, we're going to Mid-America by Enchanted Parks.
Yeah, that's probably how it's going to go. But maybe something with Gateway would have been interesting. I get that they probably wouldn't get rid of St. Louis in there, but I don't know.
Gateway to America? Is that what you wanted?
Maybe. I don't know. There is some also connotation about mid-America, like it's mid.
It's Mid-America.
Well, mid has changed. Recently, mid means it's mid, which means it's meh.
Or middle.
Right. But you never know what the youngins will say.
6'7".
I did mention that in a podcast and no one caught me. I didn't do it that way. That was in one of our last episodes. So
I don't understand that, so it's
we
whatever.
don't know. Anyway, they came up with that. So who knows what they'll come up with this.
It's mid.
Anyway,
the new podcast is mid.
We're not mid. We are upward bound. Improving, hopefully. Hopefully not deproving. The new operators are very happy about getting the St. Louis park, to be honest. It wasn't part of the original deal, and they really pushed to have it included. So I think that's good. St. Louis, I kind of like St. Louis a little bit.
Would.
It's got some good, I think it has potential for some charm, and I don't think it's got a lot of love. I think some of the rides there are not great. Ninja, the bus.
RMC.
Yeah, that'd be great if it got RMC. So we'll see.
See how I changed that there?
You did. You didn't say the other.
RIP.
Right. Excalibur.
RIP.
I miss Excalibur. It was really fun. But expect, obviously, Great Escape and La Ronde just to be called Great Escape or La Ronde. But there has been some talk that some of these parks might all get the By Enchanted Parks tagline. I don't know. We'll see.
And Matt would not be happy.
I kind of understand why they're not like Enchanted Parks Mid-America, Enchanted Parks Worlds of Fun, Enchanted Parks Valley Fair.
Six Flags.
Or Six Flags, because
that's because Six Flags.
Right.
Great America.
There were Six Flags.
So now they're reversing it and doing Mid-America by Enchanted Parks.
Sure.
Ta-da.
Anyway, so they
don't want to mix it.
Yeah.
I want to go
Yeah.
Mid-Enchanted America.
We'll see what all this makes it in. I don't know. Okay. They did kind of give an article, and they're talking to Warner Brothers.
I didn't read this article.
I don't think they're going to be able to keep Warner Brothers, because I think it's an exclusive deal with Six Flags for what everyone said. So I don't know. So anything that has a Warner Brothers, like a Batman, a Looney Tunes, that will probably have to get rethemed. The Snoopy themes will have to go from those parks as well, Valley Fair and Worlds of Fun. So that's something to note. Obviously, a lot of rides at St. Louis will have to. I think St. Louis is probably going to be impacted the most by this.
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze, Batman, the Justice League ride, which there's no way you can do that. They have the most property themed for sure. So that will be interesting. Yeah. Maybe what would you retheme Mr. Freeze to?
Popsicles.
Really? Popsicles?
Yeah, it's a stick.
I personally like Arctic Blast or something like that. That kind of keeps it with the themes a little bit, but whatever.
Popsicles.
That's a choice, I guess.
Push pop.
My goodness.
You're welcome.
There's going to be a lot of editing in this episode.
Oh, wow. You should just release it how it is.
No. You want the unedited cut?
Yeah, unedited cut.
Oh, geez.
Popsicles.
Okay. Who in the world is Enchanted Parks?
No idea.
They're a new company. Behind them is an investor group called ERP Properties.
What's ERP stand for?
I don't know. It's just they go by ERP Properties.
I bet it stands for something.
I'm sure it does. They mostly invest in like housing and other properties. However, they do have other subgroups.
You want to move into our theme park?
They do have
$40.
It's an investment firm is what it is. So they also have under ERP, they also have some water, some aquariums, and actually another park chain is under them that has Magic Springs, Elix Gardens, and Wild Waves, soon to be.
R.I.P.
Thank you.
I was trying to be quiet because you keep cutting me
No.
off, so I just.
But they
didn't
also
say-
do the Island H2O Water Park in Orlando, and the Wet and Wild Parks are under them too. So there are some names under them already. Now, again, this is Enchanted Parks is not this group. So it goes ERP properties, and then they have subgroups. Enchanted Parks is a new one that came up, some other investments. So they are the main investment group is involved with theme parks. This group is kind of a new group. It does include some folks such as the former president of Legoland Florida. So that's good to include someone like that in your group for sure. And they do seem excited about the parks they got. I think they also got Diggerland in New Jersey. I don't know why they would not get the one in Pigeon Forge either, but don't know. Thoughts?
I got none.
Okay. What about the parks that got sold off? What are your thoughts?
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we'll probably still go to them.
I think eventually we'll definitely go to. We're going to try to go to several this year under the All Parks passport. I don't believe I would be shocked if there's a multi-park pass with these. They're all kind of separated except two of them, and that would be Worlds of Fun in St. Louis are about 3 hours apart. So those are the closest two. The rest of them are all kind of spaced out. I think Valley Fair is like 6 hours away from them, and then the Michigan's Adventure is kind of in the middle of nowhere. So I expect just a park only pass for all of these parks, just to be honest. So just throwing that out there. That's what I expect. There'll probably be some other changes there. Um, I don't expect, you know, the big, huge coasters to come here, at least not up front. My understanding is these parks do make money. We've heard for years Michigan's Adventure doesn't need much done to it, and it makes a ton of money. So
What do you consider a ton?
over break even by 15-20%, probably.
What do you think break even is?
I have no idea what the break even numbers are for these parks, to be honest. So it actually might be more than 20%. We've heard Michigan's Adventure makes a lot of money, and that you don't have to do much except basic maintenance and upkeep to keep it running. So I don't know. Don't know. So don't expect the big additions for sure to these parks, but I think you'll get additions. But it might be I would say it will be like some of the other chain. I mean, right now they're barely getting any additions. I know Worlds of Fun got Zambezi Zinger, but
Never rode it.
hopefully when we go, we'll get a chance to ride it.
Hopefully.
But, I just don't know, to be honest, if you're going to see those big additions happen. So I don't know. And Bobcat went to Great Escape too. So, I mean, those are two recently new rides that got put in. Obviously, at that time, Six Flags and Cedar Fair were both different parks. So anyway, um, we talked about St. Louis getting shows. So I could see that happening. Worlds of Fun had a decent show. Expect maybe some more entertainment options at these parks. I'll say that. Yeah. Anyway, what does this do for Six Flags, the existing Six Flags?
It'll pay off some debt. Just a
Not
little bit.
a little bit of debt.
Not a little bit.
A little bit of debt, not a lot. I don't know. I think this could help. I feel like this is more of a long-term fix. So this should help year-over-year operating cost, I would think, because
agree.
you don't have to pay for maintenance at these parks. You don't have to pay for staffing at these parks, and
Food.
food.
Upkeep.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's going to make I think there's the one-time payoff. You're going to get some money off of that. It's not going to fix their debt problems.
What?
It may help something, but it's not going to fix their debt problems. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could see some other parks maybe get sold off.
Ooh, which ones?
Or something.
Let's list Matt's guesses.
Yeah, what are my guesses?
We know that California's Great America will be closing at some point in the
Sad.
future,
I'm very
and
sad about
likely
that one.
sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it sounds like that's probably maybe this year, maybe next year.
Happy 50th! Shut her down!
Just like Six Flags America.
Six Flags Discovery Kingdom seems likely to go bye-bye.
I don't think that's a close. I think that's a sell-off to somebody, to be honest.
Frontier City and Darien Lake are currently just operated by Six Flags, but are owned by ERP properties, so they go back after their leases expire.
Yeah, that seems like a likely thing, which is
Who
interesting.
knows? Dorney is a smaller park.
This one was kind of surprising that it wasn't included in this bundle,
I agree.
which gives me some hope that it will stay in
I
the
disagree.
chain. Its water park does really well, so
Never been
they do invest in Dorney Park a
ish.
bit. So it's probably one of the, well, after the sell-off, it's probably in the lower tier of parks, but I don't know. That one, I think there's some sentimental stuff there with Pennsylvania. And the last one on the list,
Dun dun dun.
the way it's been operated, it's like they want to sell it, but I don't think they're going to sell it.
I think they are.
And that is,
King's Dominion.
yeah, I just don't know.
Matt'll be sad he can't see King's Dominion and King's Island separated.
Yeah, they
It's like separating children on a divorce.
Yeah, that just sounds rough to me. So I don't know. The way they've operated that park recently, though, does me. I don't know. It's just weird.
Does seem like see ya.
It seems weird to me. So like let's cancel this at the last minute. Let's do this. Let's do this. It's just like what? I don't know. But they are. I mean, did get a lot of improvements this off season. Not a ride, but they got a lot of restaurant improvements and some other things. So maybe I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe they're making it pretty for a sell, or but the other parks get this too. We know some investments having at Cedar Point, some not as many as we thought. We know Phantom Theater's coming to Kings
I
Island.
feel like the Causeway is a huge investment.
Yeah, I think so too. But
You said minor. That's huge.
But it's a 12-year project. So
okay, and it probably costs 12 years worth of project.
probably does. Anyway,
Have you ever tried to build a road over
it's already kind of there.
lake?
No. We'll see what happens here. I don't know exactly what will happen. We'll see. It's an interesting subject for sure. What are your thoughts on Enchanted Parks and Six Flags selling them off to Enchanted Parks?
Gotta make the money somehow.
Yeah. I don't expect that I do think they'll operate as parks. I do.
For now.
For the long haul. Eventually they may not. I hope they do, or I hope they get sold to someone else. I think the group, from what I can tell, the group that's involved seems invested in the parks. So we'll see. And sometimes people want to start theme parks and then are like, oh, we're going to build a theme park from the ground up, and it fails because they got to get more money, financing. These are existing parks. So if someone has some good ideas, they can take the parks that need some help, right?
Be a Gene.
Huh?
Be a Gene.
Be a Gene.
Staples.
Yeah, like Gene Staples, and kind of invest into them, and maybe there's a market there, I think. So you make them reasonably priced. I'm sure there's going to be pricing changes. I don't know what those will be. Who knows? So anyway, I'm very intrigued on what they're doing to St. Louis. I expect that one to probably change over the most because of all the ride themings, and they seem very excited for that one. So I definitely will check it out this year. It was on my list already to go. That's all we got. Please make sure to send us questions. We like questions. That's helpful. mgmadventures@yahoo.com or comment below.
Please like, follow, and share on any of our social media. What's it called? Platforms. Thank you.
And please subscribe as well to us on YouTube, because we do post both this video on YouTube as well as other videos that we go and travel around when we record things. When we record things.
It's fine.
It's fine. Anyway, we have a couple of exciting episodes coming up, so
we'll find out together.
We did just visit a city, so we're going to talk about Philadelphia in an upcoming episode. We have some pass perk changes again.
Not again.
So that's coming up. There's a cool exhibit that we stumbled on in Philadelphia that we're going to probably talk about.
We didn't trip.
We walked it. It is theirs. We almost did.
We have stumbled, but we didn't trip.
Anyway, so please stay tuned for all that excitement coming soon. And see you on the next episode, Adventures.
Bye.
Bye.